Shabbat Shalom, everyone. This week's Torah portion describes the Ketoret, the incense, the aroma and the fragrance of the incense that was burnt every day in the holy temple on the golden altar. And there were 11 special ingredients that made up the Ketoret, the incense. However, our rabbis tell us that one of the 11 ingredients was chelbana, galbanum. And galbanum has a foul, putrid odor. And the rabbis say, why is it that amongst the 11 incense that made up the fragrance of the aroma that was meant to be a pleasant, delightful smell, was there this galbanum which had a foul odor? And our rabbis tell us that there's a very important lesson here. A person with good fragrance means a person who has good deeds and good character, and wherever they go, they spread a good fragrance. As someone once said, that some people bring happiness wherever they go, and others whenever they go. Someone with a foul odor represents a person whose presence is a turnoff. Their presence brings a negative aroma. It is something that is unpleasant to others around them. But our rabbis say, what do you do with a person who has a foul odor, negative attributes and characteristics and traits and actions? You embrace them, you love them, you incorporate them into the community. And when you bring them together with the other 10 good smelling fragrances, you will elevate them, transform them. And just like the negative foul odor of the galbanum became a sweet smelling aroma when combined with the other 10, so too when we show love and kindness and include others in our community, we elevate them and we are able to transform them into a good, righteous person with fine, good odor and fragrance. And this is the message of the Parsha. The high priest was the one who would elevate the entire Jewish people and never leave out any single individual, recognizing that everyone has the potential for good. There's a story told about a man traveling on a freezing cold night, a Jew in Russia, and he got lost in the forest. It was getting colder and colder, and he felt a chill cutting into his bones. Finally, he saw a light from a distance. He immediately went towards the light. He came to the home. He sees a mezuzah on the door. He says, a Jewish family, I'll come in and I'll get some place to sleep. He starts knocking on the door, but no one answers. It was the middle of the night. He knocks louder, louder, but the couple was so deep asleep they did not hear him. Finally, he gives up, and he says, I'm just going to have to sleep outside. And he lies down on the step outside the house to go to sleep. And he's thinking to himself, I'm never going to wake up in the morning. I'm going to freeze to death. Suddenly he gets up and he starts dancing, and he dances in the snow, in the freezing cold. And as he dances, he gets warmer and warmer and warmer, and he dances through the night. In the morning, the couple wakes up. They see a man outside in the cold dancing. They open the door and they say, come on in. They bring him into the warm house, to the fireplace, and they say, what are you doing outside? He said, well, I came in the middle of the night. I was knocking and knocking, and no one answered. So I lied down to go to sleep, and I thought I would never wake up in the morning. So they said, why were you dancing? He says, after I lie down on the step, I said to myself, imagine the couple wakes up in the morning, they see a dead man on their footstep, on their doorstep. They're going to feel so guilty, they're going to feel so terrible, they're going to have to live the rest of their life with pain and guilt and sadness. I can't do this to them. I have to stay alive for their sake. I got up, I started dancing to keep myself warm, and I danced my way through the night. And the obvious lesson is that when we think about others, when we embrace others, when we show kindness and care and concern for others, we find joy in our lives, and we find the ability to not only save others, but to actually save ourselves in the process. When we reach out to others, then we all become a sweeter, smelling fragrance and aroma for God and for ourselves. Have a wonderful Shabbat.